Hello, we are now beginning our hike to this place called Khamsum Namgyal, a temple. Namgyal in the local language means victory, and Khamsum, I gather, means the 5 elements: water, fire, land, air and wind. So this particular location, I don't know if it is visible from here, but that stop over there is where we are headed to. It's at an altitude of about 1800 meters, and the starting point where we are at now is at 1300 meters. So it's a relatively short walk of somewhere between 45 minutes to 1 hour, but we are expected to ascend about 500 meters within this time, which means the walk is going to be really steepy for sure. Excited? Let's see. This first section of the hike has taken us through these paddy fields, and paddy fields means one thing: dampness with irrigation water flowing all around. So we had to be a little careful about keeping our step. Missteps will be costly, and I think from now on we have this series of stairs that we'll have to take. Thankfully, the concentration level could be a little down and we can enjoy the scenery. We've almost reached our destination. That building is where we are headed to, and this is the last leg. And in terms of the vegetation, we see a lot of chur pine trees lining up the trail, and on our way we also saw a lot of fruit bearing trees like orange, guava and even pomegranates grow here, it seems, because Punakha is relatively the hotter part of central Bhutan, so a lot of fruits get cultivated in this part. So we are almost there at the Khamsum Yulley Namgyal Chorten, and that is our destination. It's very much well within shooting distance. Here we are.
It's like a huge victory to us by climbing rocks, mud, and we have finally reached. After a lot of stones, it was steep, but it is a beautiful view out here.
This is the view from the top of the Khamsum Namgyal. Wonderful view of the valley from here. These trees here are the cypress trees, which are also the national tree of Bhutan. We've reached Punakha. The Punakha Dzong, or the fortress, is right behind me. It is situated so majestically along the river that flows around Punakha. So this Dzong is actually at the center. It's nestled between two legs of the river. The one that you see just underneath the fort is actually the female river, and the male portion of the river, which has a little more current, actually flows on the other side of the fort. And as people head from Thimphu into Punakha, they get a very good view of both of the rivers, the female and the male sections of the river, and the view of this wondrous fort that just stands tall between these two legs of the river. And there's also a suspension bridge somewhere over there, which is the longest suspension bridge in all of Bhutan. It's about 190 meters wide. So you can imagine how wide the river has to be for the bridge to be that long. This here is the longest suspension bridge in Bhutan at Punakha. So this bridge is 190 meters long, and it's a bridge on the river Ho Chu, which means the male river. Chu stands for river and Ho is male. The river that we saw on the other side was the female branch, known as the Mo Chu. That one doesn't have a lot of current, but this one, we could hear the gush of the water right from the section we were walking towards it. While the Ho Chu flows in front of me, the hill you see behind needs to be crossed to get to the female river. And both of these rivers apparently meet only after this point at Punakha. And the Dzong, Punakha Dzong, stands right at the center. You can clearly hear the sound of the gushing water. The rafting here is made available on the female river because the current there is gentle, whereas on this river, the current being pretty high, I think only professional rafters would have any chance